Humans have written about bees, we've sung about bees, we have used bees as a model of industry, of cooperation, and of harmony in our own human society. Bees are deeply interwoven throughout our own human history.
What we actually learn from bees is not necessarily just a question of authority and how it is distributed, or not even just the social life, but that in fact that the bees themselves interact not only within a beehive and different beehives, they interact with their environment, with the weather, with the plants, with human beings and other animals. Pollinator diplomacy builds on that perspective, which is our relationship, our world is interwoven.
Now, integral ecology is a term that comes out of science, and it really encourages us towards a holistic, integrated, and responsible human attitude to the natural world. An integral ecology approach to bees means not restricting oneself just to, say, biology, but to wider systems, economics, culture, human values as a whole. It means asking perhaps not what can we do to save the bees, but rather how our systems are interwoven with bees and what sort of values underlie those.
The climate crisis we are forced to be aware of increasingly. Storytelling is an emotional and a psychological tool by which we can pick up difficult things. So you tell a story, for instance, I have been asked, how did you anthropomorphize bees? The answer is I didn't anthropomorphize. I zoomorphized myself. I put myself into the experience of being a honeybee. And so I told a story about that. And in telling the story from another point of view, it created empathy in the reader for this tiny little insect. And so storytelling becomes this tool by which people can pick up the experience of a honeybee and understand the world from a new perspective.
Beekeeping for us is something very natural, and it's not just about producing honey or propolis or other things that bees actually give us, but it's also to do that in an artistic way, to bring in artists that would paint beehives, to work with local communities such as farmers and then honey consumptors and others. And I think it's so wonderful to see these things interwoven.
The Christian scriptures that seem to engage with bees. We've got Samson, we've got Delilah, whose name means bee, Dephora in Hebrew. We've got John the Baptist with his locusts and wild. Bees have featured throughout the history of the Christian religion. We find bees in Holy Scripture. Bees feature in our practical worship in churches. We have beeswax candles, and indeed on Easter morning we sing a song of exaltation or praise to God, quoting the bees as the blessed makers of the wax that we use in our Easter candle.